Well, we've had a decent amount of rain and everything's had a good watering, apart from obviously what's in the greenhouse, which I'll have to go and sort out. These carrot buckets are now well watered. The compost was a bit dry and I knew it was going to rain, so I just let the rain water it and soak it in. Wherever it can pool, there are pools of water everywhere. It's obvious we've had a good amount of rain. So I can sow the carrots now. And over here, you can see these have actually gathered, got a bit of water, and it shows where I didn't level it off yesterday because I'm going to do some more work over here. But and even this one that needs plugging over that end, it needs a plug over here. So I'll sort that out and I can top these up. So that's not necessary just yet. Look who's out in force, the slugs. They've done a number of some of my brassicas. A lot of nibbled leaves, you see on the pak choi. But mostly it'll live. Mostly things will live. And sowing the carrots is dead simple. Plugging into the bucket. Of course, carrot seeds are like dust, so you won't be able to see them, but just putting in this sprinkle so that I don't have to spend too much time thinning, because the more you thin, the more you attract the carrot root fly, so you want to avoid that as much as possible. And then I'm just going to cover it very lightly. This finely sifted compost, just a little bit, not too much, just a thin layer. Now this compost I put on is quite moist anyway, and obviously what's in the buckets is quite damp, as you can see by, this was in the shed. So just going to put these to cover the buckets. And the weather is going to be quite nice and constant the next few days, so they don't need to go in the shed to be protected. So just put a brick on top and that's it. And when those germinate, I'll put them over here next to these 4 existing carrot buckets. This one is a bit thin, but that's alright because carrots will shoulder each other aside. This one will need a bit of thinning, as will that one and that one. I'll leave that for another day. I want to get on and sort out the celery. Now this area, just to give you a reference, is close to the greenhouse, and those are all the water barrels that are collecting water from the roof of the greenhouse and the shed, and there will be more when those other things are shifted. It's handy to have them that close because celery will need a lot of water. The other reason is I've cut all the privet on my side of the fence and I put those corrugated metal sheets there, but obviously they haven't cut their side of the hedge and it will cast a bit of a shadow, and celery doesn't mind slight shade, so it'll be fine in there. Carrots will manage. I might regret putting onions there because they may not get enough sun, but we'll see. At the height of summer they'll be alright, but in the spring and autumn, when the sun is lower in the sky, this hedge is going to be in the way. But there's only so much you can do. I mean, I can't go around and cut the hedges for them, can I? I've got 2 barrels that are completely intact on the other allotment, so what I'm going to do is take this off and take this seal off. Right, pull that out. Right, so I can put this on that one, because I don't need these to be seals. I'll probably cut the tops off these and use them for something, so I don't need that. And now just do the operation in reverse. Push that in and screw that in. Right, that's done. Okay. So that. Right, we've got some clumsy badgers around and I'm a bit worried that they'll come in here and start mucking about and push these off. So I'm going to put a piece of plastic here to hold these in place. Now I thought about using that piece, but because it's quite long, it comes out to about here. It's too long and it's got a lip on it which will be useful for when it goes into its proper place, but it might interfere with things, so I'll get another piece. That's covering it. It doesn't go to the end of this barrel, but that's fine, because that barrel is actually fairly well level. I've moved them and taken the celery out just for the moment. I've taken things out for the moment, but I'll get everything put back, level things off and bring it back. Last year, when I was filling the raised bed and the bath, I had to sweep up and dig out all the paths and things, and had to go through it to use the soil and the composted down wood chips, and I ended up with a lot of stones and things. There's a few bits of wood still in there, but there's a lot of gravelly type stones and things. So I'm going to put that in the bottom of these three so that it raises the level of the bottom. You can see, well, this one is actually shorter than the other ones. Really, that's too far down. I really want it about here. So I'm going to put that gravel in here to sort of keep it up to that level. Okay, that's done. And I can put the celery pots back on. Right, they're in. There's a good bit of water and the roots will go down into that. But I didn't want this celery to be up to sort of there. And if you're wondering why there are two different types of pots, these ones in the small green pots are the ones that I sowed last year, and these are the ones that I sowed this year. I'll put the ones I sowed last year into smaller pots to see how small a pot I could get away with. And seems to be doing all right. This one's got a lot of yellow leaves on the outside, but the fresh stuff that's coming through, you can see the fresh stuff is all good. So seems to be doing all right. Might give them a little feed. These are obviously the younger and smaller ones, but they seem to be doing fine. Once they've got a constant supply of water, they'll be fine. Now there's one last job. We mustn't forget the little critters. I've got these old pallet pieces. They're not good for much more anymore because they're either broken or cracked. So they're no good for using for anything else. But once this is full, this will act as a ramp, and insects and things can go up and down it and have a drink, and if something falls in, it can come up there and get out. So nothing should be trapped in there. So if like bees and things fall in, they can get out. And I will do the same for all of them. I mean, yeah, these are all crap. I can't use them for anything, so even the stuff other people would throw away, Muggins the egg finds a use for. Most people would have burnt these by now. Those should be okay. As you can see by the clouds, we are in for a lot of rain. Tomorrow is going to be really heavy rain. So this is going to get tested. This is going to get tested. And I think by the time I come in, day after tomorrow, or even the day after that, because I think we've got 2 days of rain coming. So by the time I get back, these should have a decent amount of water in them. And we'll see how it goes. So I've got my celery, my carrots, and I've even got space where I could put the pots in. I could put mint or something else here, because obviously mint doesn't need a huge amount of sunshine. It can take a bit of shade. So we could have the mint here, and if it's down there, the mint will come up to about here. So in the summer it won't bother the celery, and it'll be good in winter anyway. So I think I might put some mint here, maybe a bit of lemon balm or something. So I'm pleased with that.